What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Thursday's stream. Gameweek 10 is close now. Apologise that the video is a bit blurry around me. As I was just saying in chat, my main light is controlled with my phone, and it's been fine for weeks, and tonight it will not connect. And yes, it has a light switch, and I've tried turning it off and on again, but that's not how it works. It works through the wireless. It just won't work. So that's why it looks bad. There is a light on behind me, but it doesn't work properly. Anyway, going to bring my team and stuff up in a sec. We'll talk about this game week. I know someone said to me, are we really going to talk about Pukki again? We probably are, to be honest. I think this is the week where a lot of people are looking to get rid. So there's polls up already, one of which includes Pukki. Best move for me, I've got a few moves in mind. Let's see what you guys think. Are Man United players an option now? I know a lot of people are writing them off, but defensively, maybe okay. Clean sheet tonight. The best Pukki downgrade. Is it time for Jimenez? A lot of people looking at bringing Jimenez in. So is it the right time right now? You've gone 3-5-2 instead of 3-4-3. That's what I'm on. I'm on 3-5-2. Still not had time to replaster the wall. No, that's the effect we're going for. That's how. That's what we're doing. Man United fans are smoking something for the pain. Yeah, I mean 1-0 tonight, not good. Jimenez did get on the score sheet again from a penalty, I believe, tonight. And as it stands, at least just before I came in, Arsenal are losing 2-1. Not good. Jimenez's shirt is on the wall. Maybe that's the reason to go for him. The Pukki train has been delayed. Please choose another. Maybe we should keep him. Is Martial on permanent penalties? I'd highly doubt it. Neither Pogba or Rashford were on the pitch, so sure, he's probably third choice, but I'd say that's about it, to be honest. I wouldn't get your hopes up about Martial penalties. Of course, if he plays at the weekend and Rashford doesn't play, then yes, but Rashford's going to play. That's probably why he was not in tonight. Same for, I don't think Daniel James played either. Alright, so I'm going to bring my team and stuff up just before we do that. This stream, that looks so bad, doesn't it? Anyway, you can see the cool video showing the app. Stream is sponsored by OneFootball, completely free app, great for FPL managers. If you want to download it, it's on the iOS store, Android store. You can just search OneFootball or click the link in the description below. And that will take you straight to it. Team news, football news, all the good stuff you'd expect. You can choose to see it from all teams, different teams, all Premier League teams, every single team in the world, whatever you want. And they give you live, quick updates as well for goals and assists, which is obviously what we all want to know, as well as clean sheets when the matches are finished. That's what we want to know as FPL managers. So if you want to download that, like I said, link is in the description, or you can just search on the iOS or App Store, OneFootball, and you are good to go. A lot of people have told me it's they've been using it for quite a while and they're loving it. So I've been enjoying using it. It's really handy if you're out and about at the weekend. But yeah, a load of other people have said the same to me. So that's good. Glad they sponsored. Very happy about that. So yes, you've already got OneFootball. Well, click the link and download. No, I'm only joking. That's good. A lot of people have told me it's a great app who've been using it for a while. I've been using it for a few weeks. But yeah, it's been really good. Okay, here we go. This is my team. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Obviously, we're waiting for news whether he's ill or not. Well, whether his illness is continuing. We know he was ill in the Champions League. Son is definitely 100% going for De Bruyne. I know some people are saying, does the brace in the Champions League not make you think about keeping him? Of course, it makes me think about it a little bit. But Liverpool away and Everton away in the next two games. Spurs have been off form in the league. And I really need De Bruyne, I feel. I feel like I need him. I shouldn't have got rid of him in the first place. So he definitely comes back. I don't want to bore you with that again. It's just how do I fund it? And that's one of the questions in the polls. How do I fund it? Who to captain? I'll obviously have De Bruyne and Sterling in. To be honest, it's a super tricky one. Obviously, last time there was worries over Sterling being rested. I captained him anyway. And then he missed out completely. And I got De Bruyne vice-captain. A lot of us did that. So that is in the back of my head. Do I risk that again? Because obviously there is every chance that Sterling just comes on for 10 minutes. Especially if Man City aren't doing very well. They're losing. You're obviously not expecting that at home to Aston Villa, but you never know, right? So do I just put it on De Bruyne, who came off earlier in the Champions League? Sterling played 90 minutes, did score a hat-trick though, and I think he got an assist and won a penalty as well, which is decent. De Bruyne though, obviously rested, very good home record as well. I think he's in all the home games he's played this year, only 3, so small sample size, he has got a haul, which is pretty nice as well. So it's a tricky one. I'm on Sterling because I don't own De Bruyne. Put it this way: if I knew that Sterling and De Bruyne were both going to start, I would just captain Sterling. He's the one that I want to captain. I think he tends to get in the box more. He shoots more in the box. If you look at the stats for recently as well, I wrote this in an article, Fantasy Football Scout. Sterling's not creating that many fewer chances than De Bruyne either, which is interesting. So De Bruyne definitely coming back in. Now, how do I fund it? I mean, I could keep Pukki. That's an option. Right now, I'm thinking of doing Pukki to more pay. Everton and Norwich at home next for Brighton. A lot of people going for Jimenez. I'm still not sure about him. I know he looked good at the weekend and did get 2 goals ruled out, but overall, he and Wolves have not been brilliant recently, so I'm not sure about him. Telling you now, Man United 3. So here's the thing for you, right? You're saying Man United 3, Norwich 2. Yeah, fair enough. 2 Pukki goals, maybe. I mean, Man United haven't conceded more than 2 goals in a game all season. So I'm pretty confident they'll keep them out of goals against Norwich down, but we'll see. I thought they weren't going to do anything against Man City and they scored 3, so you never know. It is obviously away from Man United. I don't feel like I can't keep Pukki for one more game again. But I'm tempted to just take a hit somewhere. I don't know. I think obviously scoring 25 last week is not good. That really hurt. So I'm thinking like maybe Pukki to Morpay, Son to De Bruyne, and then I don't know what else. Don't know, Mount to Hudson-Odoi, but I'll probably keep Mount to be honest. For now. Morpay goal involvement is not as good as Wood and Ings, but his stats are better. What do you base your decision on? A couple of things, like his stats are interesting. He's shooting a lot in the box, but the quality of chances haven't been as good as for Wood and Ings, which is interesting. But his next 2 fixtures are better. Ings has got Man City away in Gameweek 11, which is a bit frustrating. If Ings had better fixtures, I would probably just go for him. Ings does have a pretty bad injury record as well. The only thing that's the one thing I'll say is there isn't a perfect option in my there's no one that I look at and think yes, I have to have him. I think Jimenez next 3 fixtures are okay, but the next 2 are away games, and I don't know about Newcastle if that's a fixture I'd expect a lot of points in necessarily. They've shown a good few times this season they can defend when they need to. Arsenal away, yeah, okay, maybe Arsenal won't keep a clean sheet, but they're going to get smashed by Wolves, probably not. Now Jimenez, obviously, goal involvement wise, it doesn't really matter. A team doesn't necessarily have to smash another team 3-4, 5-0 to get a good amount of points. All Jimenez needs is like a goal and assist, or a couple of bonus here or there, and that's a good score for his price. But not too sure about next 2 fixtures. Morpay, like you said, quality of chances maybe not as good as the likes of Wood and Ings, but the next 2 fixtures are better. Wood actually has got a tight hamstring, so will he even play? You'd imagine they'll do everything they can to get him on the pitch, so that's something to consider as well. Who else is there? Ings, obviously, injury record of Man City. Wilson, like I said last week or the week before, I'm probably not going to have got him once I didn't get him for Norwich anyway. So, there's not a fixture that I'm massively... not a player that I'm massively on. So I feel I've looked at Morpay quite a bit. I've talked about him quite a bit. 2 good fixtures. I'm probably just going to punt on him. The worry is that I get him for these 2 fixtures. He doesn't do anything, and then it's Man United 2 games, in kind of 2 games away, and I'm not expecting much in that game. So then in a couple of game weeks, I'm using another transfer. It's my only worry. Let's have a look. Sterling to David Silva and Greenwood to Vardy. I mean, presumably Greenwood is not a starting player for you, right? So that means you'd have to bench another good attacker, I'm assuming. David Silva, like, it is hard for me to sit here and say that David Silva's not a good option because he's got like more double figure hauls than Sterling, I think more than De Bruyne as well. And obviously he's a very good price. He was rested in the Champions League or rotated, whatever, but so he's probably going to start in the Premier League. Underlying stats wise, I mean, they're okay. I mean, you probably don't need stats for David Silva. You know how good he is. He's going to arrive in the box. But ultimately, Sterling and De Bruyne are doing better. You could triple up, I suppose. But you're always going to have that rotation worry with him. Will he keep up those double figure hauls? I don't know. I feel like this happened last year. He suddenly looked like a good option. Everyone got him in. Then kind of tailed off on the points a bit. So obviously, I'm not expecting his performances to drop necessarily for Man City. He's a quality player, as we all know. You don't need me to tell you that. I just don't know. Not sure about him, to be honest. Pranav, thanks very much. Should you take a -4 hit to fund Vardy and Robertson and get rid of Aubameyang? I mean, these ones are always difficult to answer without seeing the whole team. I think Robertson, it depends if you own Trent Alexander-Arnold, I guess. And if you're looking to double up, Alisson is back, which is nice, but I don't know defensively if we're worth doubling up on just yet. You know, I think Tottenham at home is good. The thing is, Tottenham looked like a good fixture for Liverpool to have. And then Tottenham did really good in the Champions League. And then they've got Villa away. And Villa defensively, pretty bad. But they're shooting quite a lot. So I think they've been in such good form, in the attacking sense, or at least they've looked good attacking in the attacking sense. They could cause Robertson some problems. So if it's a double up, I'm not sure about that. Aubameyang, I mean, Lacazette's back now, but he played tonight, or is playing. Aubameyang, I don't think was even in the squad, so he's fully rested, and it's a home game up next against Palace. I'd be tempted just to keep him and not take the hit. Personally, obviously Vardy is away. Good fixture against Southampton, but I don't know if that's needed personally. Okay. What else do we have here? Should you start Connolly at home versus Everton or Bolly away versus Newcastle? I know you should always back the attacker, but you might only play the last 20 minutes. Yeah, that is a worry. I mean, you've basically nailed it. You're hoping for a start, I guess. If you're not confident of that, maybe just play Bolly. Have I been streaming for long? I've been streaming for about 20 minutes. Highest I've ever finished is just inside the top 5k. Should have that written somewhere. You know, I don't get asked that often anymore, but more pay to who when you don't have cash? Well, I guess Ings is the only other option right now, right? Who is the safest City defender to start? I don't think there is one. You know, I've got Otamendi, and I don't even know if I'm quietly confident. I'm quietly hoping he'll start. But Walker's been rotated with Cancelo. Cancelo can play on the left. I mean, I don't know how confident I'd be on this or how much money I'd put on it, but I'd almost say that Mendy might be the one that's going to start the next 2 games. But look, he's been so injured since he's been at Man City, he could easily get rotated and Cancelo plays left back. You know, maybe even Cancelo will play the next 2. Maybe Cancelo plays right back, Walker gets breasted, then he goes and plays left back for Mendy. We just don't know. Like Adam says, yeah, Edison's the only safe one. A few weeks ago, we may have said Otamendi. Now, a few mistakes later, injury or a knock in international break. Only got a few minutes against, 20 minutes or so in the Champions League. Start Lundstrom over Tomori and Soyuncu. I mean, it's West Ham away. I mean, maybe don't trust West Ham attack that much to do something against Sheffield United, so you could play Lundstrom. I think Lundstrom ahead of either Soyuncu or Tomori is fine. That's why I fear the more pay punt may cost you a week's down. Yeah, but I mean, in 2 weeks, obviously, you know, I'm not planning that far ahead that I know what transfers I'm going to make. But if I bring in more pay, I'm not necessarily going to use that money straight away. So I'll do some to De Bruyne, Pukki to more pay. That leave me 0.3. I think it leaves me 0.7 million in the bank. So if I wanted, at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to suddenly spring loads of money for like a Vardy anyway. So realistically, the only player that I'd be able to go up to is like a Jimenez anyway. So I could still do that the same way I would do it this week. Mount to Hudson-Odoi, Salah to Mane, etc. So I could still do more pay to Jimenez later on. But then the question is, if I'm already thinking of that, do I just bring Jimenez in this week? If I did bring Jimenez in, Pukki to Jimenez, I'd have to take a -4 because I want Son to De Bruyne as well. So then the easiest way to fund that is Salah to Mane, I think. I know what's going to happen as soon as I do Salah to Mane. But might just be worth, like a band-aid, just ripping it off. I don't think Lundstram is set and forget, is he? I mean, he is the top scoring defender. Maybe I just don't want to believe that he is because I don't own him. But yeah, I mean, he is the top scoring defender. Is he going to keep that up? Possibly. I mean, the beauty about him being a defender, of course, if they get a clean sheet, that's already a potentially bonus points, and they've got attack and returns on top. You could do, and to be honest, I'm actually looking at getting him back. Probably not this week, maybe next week. If not next week, then game week 15. Over Christmas, or in December, it's got some really nice fixtures for like 5 games. Newcastle at home, Norwich away, Villa at home, Brighton away, Watford at home. So I might bring him back, even if I have to pay whatever for him, 4.7, 4.8. Villa to beat Man City 0-1. Maybe. I'm never getting this light on, by the way. I keep trying it. It's just ain't working. The thing is, right, Pukki going to punish all sellers. How long... I get that sentiment, right? If he scores, we'll say he punished sellers. But what he's actually punished us by is not scoring for the last 5 out of 6 game weeks. That's how he's punished us. So, I don't actually care if we sell him and he scores. Whatever. Can't just hold on to someone just in case he punishes you down the line. Like, if I got rid of him 4 weeks ago, and then he scores against Man United, then he scored once in 5 weeks. It's not punishment. Liam, thanks very much. Looking at Watford attacking assets for the next 5 game weeks. Look at Pereira, him or Trossard as my game week 10 transfer at the moment. I mean, Trossard, obviously, you don't know for sure that he's going to start, which is the big worry. Watford, I feel like Watford's not risky. Like you should go for it if you think he's looking good. How much is he? He started off at 6, didn't he? 5.7 now. I mean, he's got a knock apparently. Do we have a press conference for them today? Maybe. He started the last 2 games. I mean, the fixtures are okay. I looked at DFA as well. I'm just not sure I trust Watford. Maybe that's not a good enough excuse because there's nothing really to back that up. But yeah, I think out of the 2, Trossard would probably be my favourite if you knew he was going to start the next 2, but we just don't. So I think I'd probably prefer Pereira if you think he's going to keep starting. I think with Trossard, if he misses this week, then yes, it's Norwich, but then it's Man United away. Not so good then. I honestly, I really don't think there's too much point in me trying to guess or even discuss De Bruyne and Sterling captaincy. I just do not know. If I had to put money on it, then I'd probably say that Sterling would be the one that get benched, but I don't know. I don't know any more than you guys do, to be honest. We can go round and round in circles looking for reasons why one might get benched over the other, but realistically, we just haven't got a clue, have we? That's just what it's like with Pep. Pep live stream on Saturday morning. Now, I don't tend to stream on Saturdays unless there's a deadline. Now, could I stream on Friday deadline? Maybe. We'll see tomorrow. Press conference seemed pretty positive on Trossard. Just have a gut feeling on Watford, so probably should go for it. Yeah, like, go for your gut if that's what you think. I mean, sometimes with sometimes with a pick like that, I just think you're picking like a 6 million midfielder, like roughly. Obviously, Pereira's a bit cheaper. It's not the end of the world if it backfires. Like, it's pretty risk free than spending like 10 million plus of your budget and obviously needing the points back. Obviously, you want them to score every week if they can, or get points every week if they can. But you know what I mean. Doing Pope to Henderson in Gameweek 15 could be an alternative to you getting Lundstrom back. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It's not. Yeah, I suppose it is kind of covering Sheffield United defence because they're looking pretty good. But also, it's just getting a defender in that's playing as a midfielder is also a pretty big pool. God, using transfers on goalkeepers. I know we probably should do it more often, but I just hate doing it. Should I be patient with Kane? This is what I would say with Kane. Hasn't really been worth it all season for the amount of money he is. Could probably use that money better elsewhere. Don't think he's looked that good. His stats aren't that good either. I don't think they are anyway. Let me just double check before he. So he's probably smashed it now. Yeah, if you look at like total goal attempts, Abraham, Ings, Morpay, Jesus, McGinn. McGinn is in the last 4 matches. McGinn has had the most shots out of everyone, courtesy of Fantasy Football Scout. Let's have a look. Shots in the box. He's had the same amount of shots in the box as McGinn and Wesley. And to be fair, they've had quite a few. But I don't know, and then it's Liverpool away, Everton away. It's not the best next 2 fixtures. So it's up to you, really. I mean, I've not been a big fan of Kane all season. So, I am pretty biased, or I'm consistent with my opinion. So it's probably never going to be a hold for me. Look, if you had Aston Villa at home and Norwich at home for the next 2 fixtures, then I would definitely keep him. But he doesn't. I think he's just too much money for what he's offering, personally. Should you take Son out for Martial? I mean, not similar, the same fixtures as Kane. Look, the thing with Martial, I want Man United players if I can, right? And don't ever try and hide that. But I'm also realistic, despite what people think. I'm quite realistic about Man United's chances. And ultimately, we've been rubbish in attack. And Martial's back, and yes, he scored tonight, but that was a penalty. He's not going to be on penalties if Rashford's on the pitch, most likely. But good fixtures coming up. I think 4 of the next 5 are decent for attacking returns. Sheffield United away is the one that I don't like as much. He's started 3 games in the league this year and got 3 attacking returns. Only scored 775 points, I think, though. So not getting too many bonus points or anything, or any, I don't think, without double checking. And he's got the fixtures. He's cheap, potentially underpriced for what he can do. And you're getting on early by going this week. But obviously, you're also getting a player from a team that's without Pogba, so they're lacking some creativity. They have not looked good going forward at all, like all season pretty much. Apart from how the hell they ended up scoring 4 goals against Chelsea, I do not know. Obviously, Chelsea were having defensive problems of their own back then. So it's a risk in that Man United just not playing well, but he's pretty consistent when he plays. So I don't think it's the worst punt. I think 7.5 million, I think he is now, is pretty cheap. You're not overpaying or anything. You're not paying a huge amount of money expecting a massive return. So I don't think it's the worst option. I think you've just got to be prepared that it goes wrong and or he gets injured again. Because he's not got the best injury record. Now, defensively, I think defensive options are better. I actually looked at a move earlier. I can't remember what move I looked at now. But I was trying to get Maguire in for Diop. I couldn't do it. Now I could do it for Soyuncu or Tomori, but I think it was Pukki to, yeah, it was just Pukki to Morpay. Son to De Bruyne, then upgrading one of the cheapy defenders to Maguire. Did consider that. See that, Physio? Aguero and Maddison for Salah and Kane. I mean, the maths don't seem to work there to me. You must have a lot of money in the bank or something. I mean, I've just said my piece on Kane. I don't know if now is the time to bring in Salah instead of Mane. But Aguero obviously played in the Champions League, which is a bit of a worry for whether he's going to start the next game. It could quite easily be Jesus. So I'd be worried if I own Aguero. I think. I don't think I'd be confident in captaining him this week. That's for sure. Yeah, I can see the stream's a bit laggy. Really, very little I can do about that. So hopefully it jumps back soon. Get rid of Soyuncu, 6 points max, but it doesn't happen often. Yeah, I could do. But the one thing about getting Maguire in, like if I get Maguire in for Soyuncu, for example, then who do I bench? I mean, I guess Diop, right? Because obviously West Ham were without Fabianski, but then I'm buying a player for a hit. I'm buying a Man United defender for a hit to bench someone playing Sheffield United at home. It doesn't sound right to me. Pukki party is definitely not over. Look, Pukki could score. I don't think anyone's sitting here thinking that he's never going to score again for the whole season. But his stats are all down pretty much. Maybe just seeing a bit of regression. Because he only had I think it was 1.77 expected goals for the first 4 fixtures and he scored 5. If I sold Aguero, who would I get? I mean, it depends on your team structure. I'd probably be looking to put those funds mostly into midfield, but obviously Vardy's an option, and if you don't own Abraham or someone like that, you could be bringing him in. What else we got? Best striker to get for 6.1 million. I mean, you're looking at basically Ings or Mopay, one of those two. Keep Pukki for next 3 fixtures, then get rid of Jimenez or Ings. I mean, that's another thing. Like for the next 2 fixtures, Pukki plays Man United, but they are at home. Jimenez plays 2 away games, Newcastle and Arsenal, and then Pukki has Brighton away, I think. So it's not. I think it's pretty close fixture wise. And stats wise, it's not that much different, to be honest. Like, let me show you this, right? So this is from the Fantasy Football Scout members area. Let me give you a little insight here. Hang on, let me just delete that a sec. So you can get this in the members area. Look, Pukki, 5 shots in the box last 4 matches. Jimenez, 0.65 expected goals, 7 shots in the box. I mean, he's the worst. Expected goals wise, he's the worst out of the lot. They're not shooting that much in the box compared to the others. Now, obviously, the disallowed goals and stuff won't be here. But, yeah, it makes for some interesting reading. Ings absolutely smashing it. Ings, I just don't like the fixtures, really. That's what really puts me off. Leicester next game. Don't see too many goals in there. The thing is, he's on penalties, and obviously you only need a goal to maybe get bonus as well. But then Man City away. Just don't like that. Oh, Arsenal goal. Who has scored? Let me have a look. You can just tell me it's not showing up. Pukki out if he doesn't score with us United. Look, we've been saying that for 2 weeks at this point. Oh, Pepe scored. Was it a penalty? Or an open play goal? Ings from Gameweek 13. Yeah, so from Gameweek 13... Well, it's Arsenal away, but definitely 14. Watford at home, Norwich at home. Newcastle away, West Ham at home, Villa away. That's a good run of fixtures if he's still fit. I mean, potentially I'd just have more pay for the next 2 and then bring Ings in. I think Everton at home, Arsenal away would be okay. Pepe from open play. Let's get him in. Come on, let's check Pepe's fixtures right now. Let's have a look. Arsenal. Crystal Palace at home, Wolves at home. 2 home games up next. Then Leicester away, Southampton at home. Norwich away, Brighton at home. Only 9.3 million. Get that man in. He's played pretty much every game as well since he first got into the team, hasn't he? Considering Emery rotates so much, or seemingly does. Maybe he hasn't been this year. No, he definitely has, hasn't he? Literally, since he came into the team and going free, he started every single game. Oh, it was a free kick. Well, that's not open play then. That's set piece. So, look, James is in chat. We have to hang on. Let me grab. Wait, that's the I just typed in planet. I was looking for planet FPL planet. Meant to be looked for FPL surgery. I'm sorry. If you guys haven't already, don't go and listen to it now. Of course, you need to watch the stream instead. But if you haven't already listened to this podcast, I'll link the tweet in chat. So just copy that out and listen to it after the stream or tomorrow. So you got James from FPL Surgery, not Planet FPL, interviewing the owner of Sheffield United. You should watch it. It's such a good listen. It's pretty short. It's only 27 minutes, so you don't have to take up too much of your time. But I genuinely was smiling and laughing the whole way through. It's just insane that you get to listen to someone who's like worth millions, owns Sheffield United, and he is just as, if not more, into FPL than loads of us. I won't spoil what he said, but it is well worth a listen. So if you haven't already, make sure you click that link after the stream. Don't go now. David Silva in for Yarmolenko. Too much money, Spurs players or Man United players. I mean, it's a pretty tough call for who's the worst right now. Fixtures wise, and maybe even go for Man United right now. A bit cheaper too. Double up on Sheffield United defenders. I don't think it's necessarily the worst option soon. Maybe not now though. But I mean, they've conceded like the least amount of goals out of everyone. Have they conceded the least? Let me have a look. I know they're very low down. I think they've only conceded 7 goals in 8 games? No, 9 games. 7 goals against. Yeah, that is the least amount with Liverpool. Liverpool have only conceded 7. It's so annoying, the lack of clean sheets. And then Leicester only conceded 8. Man City 9. Man United 9 as well. Man United conceded the same amount of goals as Man City, but scored 19 less. I mean, that is disgusting. 10 goals in 10 games. 9 games. Jesus. Business Cat, I'm on it. Don't worry. Polls, we're good. We've already done polls. Patreon soon. Patreon soon. Do near panic. Should you captain Aguero, De Bruyne or Aubameyang? I mean, my favourite one there is De Bruyne, personally. Otamendi thoughts, why not making the finance option for your preferred move? The thing is, I don't really want to downgrade Otamendi to make the De Bruyne move. One, because they got Villa and Southampton next, and I'm hoping he plays both games. But also because I don't want to restructure my team like that. I don't think I can. I don't want to go forward with 4 cheap defenders. Just not how I want to roll. So, I want that price point for Otamendi. I can move to Maguire eventually, maybe. But I'm going to hope that he plays this week. I think Pep must have a press conference tomorrow, right? I think. So we'll see what he says. I mean, he's not going to say 100%. And obviously, I know it's just the psychology of an FPL manager to be pessimistic sometimes. But when I saw Pep bigging up how Sterling can just play 90 minutes and then be fine for the next game, what did he say? He's got like loads of energy or ability to be like resilient and get back up to fitness. My first thought was he's definitely going to be benched then. So we'll see what happens. Invest the profits on better mids. Yeah, but like you got to think of the future as well. I've already got 3 4.5 million defenders. thinking Mike Mount miss out too. Yeah, Mount and Hudson-Odoi, it'd be interesting to see if they both start this weekend and what happens to Pulisic. Danny Ings challenged Rambo to triple captain in this game week. Wow. Let's see if he does it. He's got to do it, hasn't he? I mean, you're on the Premier League. Got to go through with it. Cancelo for 5.3 is good going forward. I mean, the only question there is he definitely going to start? If he is, if you think he's definitely going to start, great option. But if you don't, which I think is tough to say that he will, maybe not such a great option. Would Vardy be a good captain choice? I mean, Vardy's very consistent. It's an away game against Southampton. I don't think it's a great fixture necessarily, but like he's so consistent, doesn't need many chances. Good as anyone, I guess. Well, maybe not as good as Man City players, but if you haven't got Man City players or you're not feeling the love there, why not captain Vardy? It's bloody light. It's really annoying me now. Still can't get on. 44 minutes later, I can't get a light on. I mean, technology is great, but this is a bit ridiculous. Why are so many overlooking Sheffield United? I don't think they are, to be honest. I mean, I am. There's circumstances that led to that. Harry, you're at 1.7 million. You know what? You'll be at least 1.65 million this week. I can tell you. Wilson to Abraham this week or next. I mean, Bournemouth have got, who is it? Watford away. Abraham's Burnley away. I mean, I'd be tempted just to stick, to be honest, this week. See about doing it next week, maybe. I don't think, obviously, if Abraham does well this weekend, then he might go up in price during next week, but this week he probably shouldn't got too much now. Obviously, deadline's tomorrow anyway. Alright, we do the Celtic 2-1 came behind Lazio, but I can't put any Celtic players in my FPL team, you know? Alright. That light, I need the light on, man. Patreon supporters, thanks very much. Shout out, of course, on every single stream to all the producers on screen now. And also a new Patreon this week, who I haven't seen in the chat tonight, but is usually in the chat or at least in the comment section. And I'm going to butcher the name, so I'm sorry. I think it's like Doyon K. So hopefully I didn't absolutely butcher that. So thanks for signing up. If anyone wants to sign up, link is in the description below, behind or down below the OneFootball link. Obviously, we're coming towards the end of October. So the October, did I say November or October? We're coming towards the end of the October league now. So Kurt Owen is top of that with 92 points, joint with Business Cat, who is in the chat now on 92 points. So this week will be the last week for that league. And then if anyone's signed up to the $5 tier by the next month, so in November, obviously you've got a week to go, then you'll get the link to that new league then as well. So if you want to check that out, if you want to see what it's all about, get access to Slack, support the channel, all that stuff, link is in the description below. So thanks everyone that's supporting currently, and hope to see a few more of you in Slack soon. Captain America. Oh, Pulisic. I did wonder who you meant at first. We'll do the polls in about 10 minutes or so. So if you want to vote on them, top right hand corner, click the little I, and then you can vote. Simple as that. Couldn't be any easier. I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes before we do the polls trying to put my light on. It's going to turn on just as we finished, I'd say. You fell asleep and missed most of this. I mean, that is a. In fact, I'm going to screenshot that. That's a good advertisement for the stream. Let me screenshot that. Job done. Aubameyang rest tonight bodes well for the weekend. I agree. If you've got Aubameyang, that would definitely make me happy that you missed out today, for sure. Captain wise, again, if you think he's going to do well, why not? Home game. Crystal Palace could be tough, but it is a home game. Who do you replace McGinn with? The question I would ask you is, do you have to replace McGinn? I mean, you haven't got much money to spend, 5.8 million. I know someone was looking at Prayer earlier. I don't know. Obviously, next two fixtures are tricky, I won't lie. Man City away, Liverpool at home. And to be honest, it doesn't get much better. So yeah, I can see why you're looking to get rid. Because it's Wolves away, Newcastle at home, which is okay. But then it's Man United away, Chelsea away, Leicester at home. It's not great, is it? But 5.8 million, you really don't have many options. I'll have a look now. 5.8 million. I mean, quickly have a quick look. I mean, it's literally without looking into this too much more than just a quick scroll through now. It's looking pretty ugly, I'll say. I'd maybe try and get some more money and do a bit of an upgrade there. Even at 5.9 million, there's a couple of options like Harvey Barnes, for example. I don't know. You could keep maybe for the next 4. He's shooting a lot. Arsenal 3-2. Who scored this time? Is it another open play goal from a free kick? Yeah, but Yarmolenko's 5.9, I think. Is he not? He's 6 actually, isn't he? So I've got... Yeah, he's 6. Pepe scores again. Another free kick. There you go. Another open play goal. Insane. Is Haller a hold or sell? Good question. We haven't really discussed him much. I mean, let me see Yarmolenko. I think hold. Unless you've got loads of money for an upgrade, who are you going to put in? Jimenez? I mean, you're looking at Haller, Sheffield United at home, Newcastle at home. Jimenez has one of the same fixtures, but it's away. And then the other one's Arsenal away instead of Sheffield United at home. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know Arsenal's defence isn't necessarily all it's cracked up to be usually, but I think I'll be tempted just to keep Haller 2 more games. And then get rid. I mean, that's basically what I'm doing with Yarmolenko. That's something else I got to consider, actually. What do I do with Yarmolenko in a couple of weeks? Maybe get Daniel James. You're captaining Salah because you're going to be at Anfield. Do you know what? I like it. I like the idea. Actually, I will do one spoiler, right, for that, for the podcast I linked. I'll link it again. That would be like, that's like compensation for me talking about it. So the owner of Sheffield United was saying, I think he got asked, like, do you want points for your FPL players when they're team, obviously playing Sheffield United? And to be fair, he said, first and foremost, Sheffield United comes first, obviously, and that's fair enough. Why wouldn't it? You're the owner, you want them to do well, you want them to stay in the Premier League. But he did say if they were winning like 2 or 3-0, then a clean sheet doesn't matter. Maybe to the confidence of the defenders it would. But he said clean sheet doesn't matter. He would want his FPL players to score, which just had me cracking up. So I would recommend watching. I'm not being paid by FPL Surgery to promote this. It was just that good. I just really enjoyed it. It's not, like I said, it's not every day you get to listen to a club owner. All right, let's do the polls. We'll do the polls in 2 minutes. 2 more minutes. This is your countdown if you want to get them done. Is Traore a one-hit wonder? I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Traore, if I'm completely honest. I mean, he's done okay recently, but yeah, I'm not a fan. That's all I'll say. Like, obviously, it's completely up to you. It's your team. If you think it do well, go for it. But yeah, it wouldn't be one for me. I'm looking down this list. There's really not too many options for that price. Yeah, like really isn't. They've also got good fixtures. I mean, you could go, like I said, you could go for Pereira if you think he's going to keep starting. It's like a Wobie is 5.8 million. If I could guarantee he was going to keep starting, then I think he's a nice option. Again, the fixtures aren't fantastic for the next couple for Everton, but might be one to look at as a bit of a punt. Has he scored a hat-trick, Pepe, or is it just 2 goals? Yeah, 2 free kicks. Damn. Will Spurs turn their season around at some point? Yeah, absolutely. Like, they're just too good. I know that's like cliche, and we know we've heard. We all remember. Well, maybe we don't all remember, but there was obviously that time when Newcastle were too good to get relegated, and they got relegated. But Spurs will turn around. I mean, look how good they were in the Champions League. You know, at some point that's going to happen in the league. I'm sure Spurs fans aren't too happy with how the league's going right now, but they're going to come good. Right, we're going to do the polls before I forget, because I suck. Oh, the stream's back down to red. Hopefully it's not buffering too much for you lot. I need better internet connection. Okay, the best move for me to fund De Bruyne. Here we go. So you guys have voted. 33 is pretty split. 33% on a Pukki downgrade. 25% Salah to Mane. 22% Diop to Rico. 14% Mount to Hudson-Odoi, and only 4% for Trent to Robertson. So your 33% Pukki downgrade. That's pretty much where I'm at right now. I think my second favourite is Salah to Mane, so that's what you guys have voted as well. Stream is a bit choppy. Yeah, it's just gone green again now, so hopefully it'll be okay. It's pretty frustrating. I would love to get consistent internet. As I keep saying, I will pay double, triple what I have now just to get it. Are Man United players an option? 54. Ah, come on. I thought you were going to help me out a little bit. 54% of chosen what are you smoking. 23% on defenders. Only 8% for attackers, but 13% saying all round good attackers and defenders. But 54% wins. What are you smoking? Best Pukki downgrade. More pay, 43%. So that's what everyone's going. Maybe that's because people knew that's what I was looking at. But more pay, 43%. Danny Ings, 27%. 19% on Wood and only 9% on Diego Jota. And then, is it time for Jimenez? 59% of you saying yes, you're liking Jimenez. Time to get him. And obviously 41% saying no. So there you go. That is your polls for this evening. Right, I think as the polls are done, we've done the One Football shout out, we've done the Patreon shout out, we've done loads of questions. We'll leave it there, I think, for FPL stuff. If you want to hang around for 5 or so minutes and just chat rubbish, I might answer the odd FPL question. But for anyone live, I'd say most of the FPL stuff is probably done now. I think most of the stuff we're just going around in circles a bit. So if you haven't watched the whole stream, maybe go back and watch it. If you're not watching live and you've watched up to this point and you just want FPL stuff, you can probably switch off. Thank you. Hit the like button. There'll be another stream maybe tomorrow. If not, when does the game week finish? Sunday. So there'll definitely be a stream on Sunday as well. And yeah, we'll go from there. Also, it's a good time to cut the stream because it's on red again, and that's really frustrating. This bloody internet. Maybe that's why I can't connect to my light. Maybe that's what's killing it. Super annoying. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Much appreciated. Genuinely. So, links, if you want to check out OneFootball, it's completely free. App Store, iOS Store. Link in the description below. And Patreon as well. If you want to support on there, sign up, Slack access, leagues and stuff. I'm going to look into the league prizes as well. I had a bit of a brainwave this week, so hopefully we can do something there. But no promises just yet. What's my favourite ever moment as a United fan? I mean, there's a few that stick out. I mean, I watched the 1999 final, but I was only, I was much younger. I wasn't like able to go to the pub or anything. So I was watching that with my dad. And my dad's not really into football, so that was good. But I don't know. Probably one of the best times I've had when we lost is when I can't remember what year it was now. It must have been around 2010, was it 2009 when we lost to Barcelona? The final. I had a great night that night. I was like, screw it. I'm gonna have a good time, even if we've lost. get rid of Yarmolenko and get another striker. But I could at some point. Have I been watching the rugby? I've been watching a bit of it. If I'm completely honest, I'm not the biggest rugby fan. I saw like some of the England game. I saw some of the Ireland game against New Zealand. I messaged some of my mates and just said, look, I know I don't watch rugby or know much about it, but New Zealand looked insane against Ireland. Now, to be fair, they did reply, you are talking about the same team that lost to Japan, so fair enough. But New Zealand looked ridiculous. So as someone that knows nothing about rugby, I would say England potentially in trouble this weekend, but who knows? I'm not Irish, by the way. I'm English. I just live in Ireland. Brexit, I can't do it. I don't. Look, whatever my position is on Brexit, the whole thing is ridiculous that it is taking this long, and they're going to delay it even more. That's all I'll say. It's insane that these paid MPs and stuff can just keep it going this long and it not be decided. Just sorely stick it on a vote. Leave with this deal, stay, make it legal if that's possible, get it voted, and then just leave if it gets done again. I'm not doing November this year, I don't think, but I do need to shave. Have my work colleagues spoken more to you about FPL since you started the streams? Not really, but I guess the ones that know that I stream do sometimes talk to me, but they don't really ask me that much stuff. I think most people decide themselves. I think, to be honest, I think more people are just shocked that I do it, and they find out like I've got, X amount of subscribers. They're like, "What, you?" Which is nice. Oh. What was that one I saw just then? Am I going to buy the new Call of Duty? So I've kind of spoken about this on my personal Twitter account. I bought it. I paid for it today or yesterday. But I'm collecting it in the store tomorrow. Hopefully, someone's going to pick it up for me. I want to move on to digital downloads. Like, it's just so much less hassle, but it's 15 quid more. I can get 3 pints for that. So yeah, I'm not quite moved to digital. Obviously, if it's rubbish, I can just trade it in as well, get some money back. Which is another good reason not to go digital. But yeah, I've got it. I'm hoping I can play it. I mean, to be honest, streaming on this connection, playing games on this connection can be a bit annoying. It's not the perfect thing, so it does do my head in sometimes. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it'll be good. Have I ever been stopped in the street because of FPL? Not literally stopped, but people have spoken to me a few times. Not that often, but I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times, something like that. You almost fell asleep watching Huddersfield vs Middlesbrough. Don't worry, someone fell asleep watching the stream, so not much different. Have you ever played Football Manager? So, I have. I've spoken about Football Manager quite a bit. I used to be massive into it back in 97, 98 when it was Championship Manager. And then on the odd times I've bought Football Manager in recent years, but not for the last couple of years. So maybe 2013, 14, 15 I probably bought it. I don't necessarily like the fully in-depth stuff. I like I don't know if they still do it, but a couple of years they did like a classic mode where it's back to basics. You just buy your players, do a few tactics and play. And I quite like that. I am pretty tempted to try streaming Football Manager and seeing how it goes. I don't know if people will be interested in watching that. I looked on Twitch and a few people were streaming the old one. But I can't. I do want to stream games. I do like games. But as you can see with this internet, it can't even keep up when it's literally just showing my face and an image on the screen. And it's struggling at times. So to run a game is pretty difficult, but I did World of Warcraft and that didn't take much bandwidth. So Football Manager is not massively intensive, I would say. I don't know how it works with game streaming. I don't know if it's just the game in general takes a lot, or a game like Call of Duty, where there's a lot going on the screen. Does that take up more? Does that need more internet speed than Football Manager, where there's not so much going on the screen? So I might try it when it comes out. I might buy it, set a stream up, and see how it goes. Yeah, I won't be streaming the old one. I don't even own it. I'm not going to buy it at this point. So we'll see. Could be cool. I feel like, if there's X amount of people that watch me play Sorry, watch me do FPL streaming. There's probably a small percentage of that who also like game streaming, and then maybe a small percentage of them that like Football Manager. So we'll see. Yeah, exactly. Online games which need internet connection probably more challenging for sure. The cool thing about something like football, like game stream is pretty hard. I've played games and stream before. It's difficult because you're trying to concentrate on what you're doing and on the chat. But with Football Manager, you know, if you look away from the screen, you don't suddenly die, or at least I hope not. So yeah, that's good. Stick with it. So just to 100% clarify, even if I stream Football Manager, nothing will change with FPL. This will be on the side. Completely on the side. Maybe after an FPL stream, but it won't be instead of. So don't panic about that. Get wired internet. I've spoken about this so many times. I would love to. I'm plugged in with Ethernet. It's just on fixed wireless. I don't have another option. Trust me, I would take it in a heartbeat. I would pay triple what I'm paying now to get wired fibre broadband. Triple. I pay €150 a month. Whatever, just to have it. You know, I'd make sacrifices elsewhere. Pepe did not do much tonight other than 2 free kicks. Well, yeah, that kind of. I can. What's the word? I can fully understand. Not fully understand. Like I'm not shocked. Let's say that. How many years have I done FPL? I think I keep. Let's really check because everyone always asks me. I say nearly 10. How many years have I actually done it for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've had 9 seasons finished. This is my 10th. Best rank was 4935. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 9 in the top 20k. That's okay, I guess. And then one was 20,698. One was 21,436. So I've only got 2 really bad seasons, but I wouldn't say I've got elite finishes. Is football in Ireland good, even though their stats in FIFA are awful? I don't really watch Irish football, to be completely honest. Do I play Champions League fantasy football? No. What's Live in Ireland like? It's nice. I like it. Do you ever miss the old place apart from the internet issues? I mean, the internet was great at the old place. That was one thing to like about it. But no, I mean, I've got my own house now. I'm not renting. It's in a nice, quiet area. So yeah, very happy. I just could sort the internet out. It'd be perfect. What do I think of Benjamin Mendy as an option? He's an exciting option. It's just, you know, will he be fit enough to keep starting? You'd hope he'd be back up to full strength soon. Right, I think we will leave it there. I'll have a bit more of a think about the Football Manager stuff. And yeah, next stream maybe tomorrow, if not definitely Sunday. Could Pukki be a bit like Jimenez Jota versus Big Size last year? He could be, Matt. I bloody hope not, though. So yeah, we'll leave it there. If you haven't already hit the like button, make sure that you do, because it'd be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. I will see you maybe